13th of September and it is around 20 to 10. Now I realise I haven't seen you for about a week, so long time no see. Let me know what you guys have been up to for the past week in the comments. Update of what I've been up to. Nothing drastic. Amelia's wardrobe is now, oh god. This glow was a skincare glow and then I started doing jobs and now it's a sweat glow, so enjoy that. But yeah, so Amelia's wardrobe is done, courtesy of my dad, and I have put everything in it and organised it, so that's done. Today's jobs are to clean the bathroom, tidy up in here, and tidy up Amelia's room. I've put our bedding onto wash and now that's drying, so we'll have fresh bedding, like really nicely dusted, hoovered rooms, just very, you know, cozy. Hopefully she'll spend the night in her room tonight and, you know, every night for the foreseeable. Anybody who knows of any like rainbow themed stuff for like kids' bedrooms that's not that expensive, let me know, because she's like really into rainbows. I want to make her room like as cozy and like lovely as possible, so she'll want to like sleep in there kind of thing. So yeah, I was going to tell you, Jade, you need to switch off for a bit please, and I'll put a timestamp in the description because I know how to do that now. So turn away from the video now, you can come back in literally like 30 seconds probably. I bought Jade the last, like one last little present. I actually bought us both a present, and they match and they're very, very sweet. Now I wanted to get Jade something a little bit special, not like massively, not like in price or anything like that, but something that like meant something, and I feel like this does. So Boho Moon is a jewellery brand. They are amazing. They do tarnish, they do jewellery that doesn't tarnish. I've got loads of like gold rings and stuff that I absolutely love. Brilliant quality, like honestly amazing. And they do these little dainty heart necklaces with your initial on. So I like gold jewellery more and Jade likes silver jewellery more. So I got a little, I don't know if you can see it, I'm trying to block my face. It has a J on it. It's a little heart necklace with a J. And then mine is a little heart necklace with an E. I just thought that was really sweet, and they like, you know, they match and we can wear them all the time, and it's just like just a really sweet thing. It wasn't like massively expensive or anything like that, but I just wanted to get her something that was a little bit more special. On the 30th, I think I'm going into town quite early and we're going to meet at her boyfriend Chris's house. I've never met Chris. I'm very excited to meet him. That should be really nice. See who's making my best friend so happy, which I can't wait for. Jade has met Nathan, so I'll get to meet Chris, which is amazing. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna go to Chris's house. I think we're gonna have like sort of breakfast type things, I'm not sure, and do a gift exchange, and then we're gonna go into town because I've got an appointment which I'll tell you guys about on the day and take you with me. Very exciting. And then we'll be going for lunch and then doing a bit of shopping. I don't think I'm going to buy too much. Like I didn't last year, to be honest. Like me and Jade didn't buy that much last year because we sort of buy stuff when we want to buy it kind of thing. But probably going to go in the works. Probably will come back with at least one book. I know Jade's bought me loads of books, so I'm intrigued to see which one she's got me. I really appreciate her so much. I actually told her last night, I sent her a voice message and I just said, you know, thank you to her because she's honestly the most amazing friend. She really, really is. She's there for the highs, the lows, everything. She listens to me drone on about the same stuff over and over and over again. She's always team me and she always like wants what's best for me. She's honestly like the most amazing friend and she gives the best advice. And yeah, I love her so much. If you're watching this, which I know you are, Jade, I absolutely love you. You know this. I don't want to make you cry, because she always tells me off when I say soppy stuff, because she's like, gonna make me cry, and I don't want to cry. So yeah, but I love her, and she just, honestly, she's my ride or die, my rock, and I couldn't do anything without her. I really couldn't. Like, if I didn't have her, I'd be very lost. And she's the kind of friend that I know I'm going to be friends with forever. So yeah. Anyway, I've got some books here, and I thought I'd give you guys some book recommendations of some books I've been loving, like, this year. I think so far I've read 12 books this year, which for a dyslexic person ain't too bad, to be fair. Yeah, I will recommend. Now, I can't talk about Anna Huang enough, can I? Like, let's be real. So I'm going to go through the first series that I read and then the second series. One thing about Anna Huang as well is that there's this one series, and it's the Twisted series, then obviously there's the King of Sin series. They both kind of link, like the characters kind of link. It's almost like she's got her own universe, and they all sort of link together. It's really cool, actually. It's awesome. So definitely, honestly, and I'm going to say it again, Anna Huang is my favourite romance writer, like 100%. Like, if you have not read her stuff, you need to. Like, seriously, if you're a romance fan who likes a bit of spice and likes a bit of a, I don't know, like a bit of a, the kind of, in some ways they're sort of a bit dark, like these male characters are very dark and dominant, and like, you know, some of them. But anyway, this series, the Twisted series, so you've got Twisted Love, Twisted Games, Twisted Hate, Twisted Lies. This follows 4 friends. This book is about Alex and Ava. This one is about Bridget and Reese. This one is Josh and Jules. And this one is Christian and Stella. So Stella, Jules, Bridget and Ava are all like best friends. They met in college, and I think college or university, and they're all best friends. And all these men are linked. So I'm not going to give too much away. I'll read the blurbs to you for all the books, but I don't want to give too much away, because you have to read them, like really read them. They're so good. I'll open up my Goodreads and I'll let you know how long it took me to read each of these books as well, because that is a true testament to like how good they are. Let's go on Goodreads. I'll leave my Goodreads down below. Please do go and follow me on there. I think you can, if you follow people, you can see what they've rated books and things like that. So, and if you're a reader and you don't have Goodreads, definitely download it. It's great. Okay, let's see. So we'll go for Twisted Love first, because that's the first one in the series. Let's just add or edit. Right, so I started reading this one on April the 12th, 2023, and finished on April the 21st, 2023. I'm not going to do the maths. I'll let you guys do the maths. Not great at maths, so this one, Twisted Love. Alex Volkov is a devil blessed with the face of an angel and cursed with a past he can't escape. Driven by a tragedy that has haunted him for most of his life, his ruthless pursuits for success and vengeance leave little room for matters of the heart. But when he's forced to look after his best friend's sister, he starts to feel something in his chest, a crack, a melt, a fire that could end his world as he knew it. Interesting. And then Ava Chen is a free spirit trapped by nightmares of a childhood she can't remember. But despite her broken past, she never stops seeing the beauty in the world, including the heart beneath the icy exterior of a man she shouldn't want. Her brother's best friend, her neighbour, her saviour, and her downfall. Theirs is a love that was never supposed to happen. But when it does, it unleashes secrets that could destroy them both and everything they hold dear. I mean, come on now. How can you read that blurb and not want to read it? Do you know what I mean? Like, definitely read this one. Also, Anna Huang, I love the way that she writes. First of all, she puts a playlist in all of her books, like, that gives you sort of the vibe of the story, right? And I like things that go like this. So that says Ava there, and then you've got, and then it'll say Alex. Oop, dropping everything. So I like that she does that. Sorry guys, my hair's like really annoying me. I'm just gonna move it to the side. I like that she does that. So she'll say when it's Ava speaking, then when it's Alex speaking. She does that in all of her books that I've read so far with each character, which is great because you can sort of, it's very easy to follow the story. So there's that one. The next one in the series is Twisted Games. This is Bridget and Reese's love story. Broody and arrogant elite bodyguard Reese Larson has two rules: protect his clients at all costs and do not become emotionally involved, ever. He has never once been tempted to break those rules until her. Bridget von Ashburg, a princess with a hidden fire that reduces his rules to ash. Day by day, she breaks down his defences. He swore an oath to protect her, but it's not enough. She must be his princess, his forbidden fruit, his every depraved fantasy. Depraved? Yeah. Guys, I can't read. Dyslexic. So if I say anything wrong and you're like, that doesn't sound right, you've not pronounced that right, please do forgive me. Okay, and then regal, strong-willed... Let's start again. Regal, strong-willed, and bound by the chains of duty, Princess Bridget dreams of the freedom to live and love as she chooses. But when her brother abdicates, she's faced with the prospect of a loveless political marriage and a throne she never wanted. As she navigates the intricacies and treacheries of her new role, she must also hide her desire for a man she can't have, her bodyguard, her protector, her ultimate ruin. Unexpected and forbidden, theirs is a love that could destroy a kingdom and doom them both. She's just, I mean, reading these blurbs, guys, you can tell the kind of author that she is. Honestly, she's the best. Like, definitely pick these up. Right, I'll rattle through because I could talk for England. So this one is Twisted Hate. Gorgeous, cocky, and fast on his way to becoming a hotshot doctor, Josh Chen has never met a woman he couldn't charm, except for Jules Ambrose. The beautiful redhead has been a thorn in his side since they met, but she also consumes his thoughts in a way no woman ever has. When their animosity explodes into one unforgettable night, he proposes a solution that'll get her out of his system once and for all. An enemies with benefits arrangement with simple rules, no jealousy, no strings attached, and absolutely no falling in love. Outgoing and ambitious, Jules Ambrose is a former party girl who's focused on one thing: passing the bar exam. The last thing she needs is to get involved with a doctor who puts the suffer in insufferable, no matter how good looking he is. But the more she gets to know him, the more she realises there's more than meets the eye to the man she's hated for so long. Her best friend's brother, her nemesis, and her only salvation. I don't need to say anything else, do I? Oh dear, the camera just cut out. Where were we? We were on Twisted Lies. This is my favourite in the series, the Twisted series. So, charming, deadly, and smart enough to hide it, Christian Harper is a monster dressed in the perfectly tailored suits of a gentleman. He has little use for morals and even less use for love, but he can't deny the strange pull he feels towards the woman living just one floor below him. She's the object of his darkest desires, the only puzzle he can't solve, and when the opportunity to get closer to her arises, he breaks his own rules to offer her a deal she can't refuse. Every monster has their weakness. She's his obsession, his addiction, his only exception. Sweet, shy and introverted despite her social media fame, Stella Alonso is a romantic who keeps her heart in a cage. Between her two jobs, she has little time or desire for a relationship, but when a threat from her past drives her into the arms and house of the most dangerous man she's ever met, she's tempted to let herself feel something for the first time in a long time. Because despite Christian's cold nature, he makes her feel everything when she's with him. Passionate, protected, truly wanted. Theirs is a love twisted with secrets and tainted by lies. And when the truths are finally revealed, they could shatter everything. This is very, very good. It has a very good twist in it. Highly, highly recommend this one. I mean, read them all because otherwise they all link. They all link to each other. So read them all for sure. I was going to tell you how long it took me to read them, wasn't I? Okay. Let's have a look on Goodreads. So, Twisted Games, it took me... So I started on April 21st, finished on May 16th with that one. Twisted Hate. Started on May 23rd, finished on June 14th. Twisted Lies. Started on June 17th, finished on July 5th for those ones. There's another Anna Huang series. Obviously there's more books coming out. I think there's 7 in the King of Sin series. I need to pre-order King of Greed. I think that comes out next month. So King of Wrath and King of Pride. This one was my favourite. Both very good, but this one was my favourite. I'll tell you about this one first. So, ruthless, malicious, arrogant, Dante Russo thrives on control both personally and professionally. The billionaire CEO never planned to marry until the threat of blackmail forces him into an engagement with a woman he barely knows. Vivian Lau, jewellery heiress and daughter of his newest enemy. It doesn't matter how beautiful or charming she is. He'll do everything in his power to destroy the evidence and their betrothal. There's only one problem. Now that he has her, he can't bring himself to let her go. Elegant, ambitious, well-mannered. Vivian Lau is the perfect daughter and her family's ticket into the upper echelons of high society. Marrying a blue-blooded Russo means opening doors that would otherwise remain closed to her new money family. While the rude, elusive Dante isn't her idea of a dream partner, she agrees to their arranged marriage out of duty. Craving his touch was never part of the plan. Neither was the worst thing she could possibly do, fall in love with her future husband. This is very good. It's sort of a grumpy sunshine kind of thing. Very, very good. I don't want to say too much about it because I'll ruin it, but read this one for sure. That one, let's see how long that one took me to read. That's the one that I've just finished, King of Pride, so that'll be at the top. So King of Wrath, started reading on the 8th. No. Oh my god. I started reading on the 23rd of the 8th, 2023, and finished on the 2nd of the 9th, 2023. King of Pride. This one I love. This is probably my favourite book I've read so far, and Kai Young is the best book boyfriend ever. Like, if you want passion, romance, little bit of spice and a little bit of darkness, this is the one. It's so good. Right, anyway. Reserved, controlled and proper to a fault, Kai Young has neither the time nor the inclination for chaos, and Isabella, with her purple hair and inappropriate jokes, is chaos personified. With a crucial CEO vote looming and a media empire at stake, the billionaire heir can't afford the distraction she brings. Isabella is everything he shouldn't want, but with every look and every touch, he's tempted to break all his rules and claim her as his own. Bold, impulsive, and full of life, Isabella Valencia has never met a party she doesn't like, or a man she couldn't charm, except for Kai Young. It shouldn't matter, he's not her type. The man translates classics into Latin for fun, and his membership at the exclusive club where she bartends means he's strictly off limits. But she can't deny that beneath his cool exterior is a man who could make her melt with just a touch. No matter how hard they try, they can't resist giving into their forbidden desires, even if it costs them everything. This honestly is great. It's very much, Kai and Isabella are very much opposites, but they work. It's a very classic opposites attract kind of book. Like, it's so good. Like, the way they sort of get together is just amazing. Very, very romantic, this one. All of them are great, but the most romantic out of the Anna Huang books I've read is definitely this one, 100%. Because Kai Young has a tiny bit of darkness, but not really. He's very polite and proper, and he's British as well. Obviously, the books are American, but he's British. And he's just like, honestly, the most, I've never been more in love with a book boyfriend than Kai Young, definitely. Amazing. Right, moving on. I've got 5 more books to go through. The American Roommate Experiment by Elena Armas. I don't know, she's Spanish. She wrote The Spanish Love Deception. Now, I didn't like The Spanish Love Deception, I'm not gonna lie. I accidentally read this first, and this is the second in the series, but I didn't like The Spanish Love Deception at all. I mean, if you like a slow burn romance, then go for it, but it takes pretty much the whole book to actually get to the premise of the book. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's not really my thing. This one though, very, very good. Very, very good. I'll read the blurb to you guys. Rosie Graham has a problem. A few, actually. First, she quit her well-paid job to focus on her secret career as a romance writer, only to enter a creative slump. Then the ceiling of her New York apartment falls in. To make matters worse, when she heads to her best friend's apartment, she finds that Lena has already lent the studio to her cousin Lucas, who Rosie has been, for a lack of a better word, stalking on Instagram. When Lucas suggests that they share the small space, Rosie discovers that he strolls around the place in a towel, has a distracting grin, an irresistible accent, and cooks meals that are just as tempting. Then he learns about Rosie's writer's block and proposes an outrageous idea. He'll take her on a series of experimental dates to reignite her literacy muse. This shouldn't be a problem because Lucas's stay in New York also has a deadline, but she might find it hard to write now the research is so much more fun. This one is very, very good. Very sweet, very romantic. There's a tiny bit of spice in here, but not as much as the ones I just told you about. This one's very, very sweet. Just, yeah, it's a very nice, like it's a book. Like, it's a book you just want to hug. It's a really good one. And this one took me, see how long it took me to read. So I started reading this on the 28th of the 3rd and then finished on the 2nd of the 4th. again, you're going to have to do the math because I don't know. So that's that one. Oh, this one, Falling Hard for the Royal Guard. Obviously, I was interested in this because I have my very own Coldstream Guard. Just saying. This one's so good. So good. And it's very real as well. Like, this feels like it's a real story that could happen. The girl that wrote this actually lives in the Tower of London as well. I think she's moved now, but she did live in the Tower of London when she wrote this. And honestly, it's amazing. I absolutely loved it. So, despite living in an actual castle, happily ever after is evading Maggie Moore. From her bedroom in the Tower of London, 26-year-old Maggie has always dreamed of her own fairy tale ending. Yet this is 21st century London, so instead of knights on white horses, she has catfish. She has catfish on Tinder. And with her last relationship ending in spectacular fashion, she swears off men for good. And then a chance encounter with Royal Guard Freddie forces Maggie to admit that she isn't ready to give up on love just yet. But how do you catch the attention of someone who is trained to ignore all distractions? Can she snare that true love's first kiss, or is she royally screwed? Honestly, it's great. The way they get together, the way they meet, like, all of it, very good. Very real. Like, it just, also being nearly 26 myself, and like being on Tinder and stuff like that. I mean, I met Nathan on a dating app. I can't remember which one, to be honest, but I very much relate to this a little bit. Like, it is very relatable. So definitely read this one. It's very, very good. That one, let's see how long that took me to read. I don't think very long, actually. Falling Hard for the Royal Guard. So I started reading it on the 25th of the 7th and finished it on the 8th of the 8th. So yeah, I'll talk about this one first, and then I'll talk about these two because they're linked. I mean, everybody must have heard of this book. They've actually made it into either a film or a series, I think, on Amazon Prime. The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. This is amazing. This is the first romance book I read. This is the first book that really got me into romance books and reading in general. So good. So, their friends think they're crazy, but it's the perfect solution. Leon occupies the one-bed flat while Tiffy's at work in the day, and she has the run of the place the rest of the time. But with obsessive ex-boyfriends, wrongly imprisoned brothers, and of course the fact that they still haven't met yet, it seems this flat share is more complicated than expected. Very short bio there, but this is amazing. It's so good. Like, honestly, if you like reading and you've not read this, I don't know where you've been. Because Beth O'Leary is like a very, very famous author, and this is a very famous book. So if you've not read it, read it. It's so good. So I read this from the 13th of the 3rd and finished it on the 21st of the 6th. This took me a long time to read. I think because I was getting, like, that's about 3 months if I'm correct. Because I was just getting into reading, it was very difficult for me to sort of keep reading. But after that book, I was on a roll with reading. Okay, and then these two, which is Set on You and The Catch. There is also, no, not The Catch, X's and O's. The new one in this series is called The Catch. This again follows these first two sisters, and then the next one is their mutual friend. They're sort of all in a friend group. The two sisters and the mutual friend are in like a trio friend group. I couldn't think of the words. This one, Set on You, it's great. I mean, as you can see, I've actually annotated this one. So, curvy fitness influencer Crystal Chen built her career shattering gym stereotypes. After a recent breakup, she has little time for men, instead finding joy in the gym, her place of power and positivity. Enter firefighter Scott Ritchie, the smug new gym patron who routinely steals her favourite squat rack. Soon sparks start flying. As the ultra-competitive foes battle for gym domination, the last thing they expect is to run into each other at their grandparents' engagement party. And in the lead up to the wedding, Crystal discovers there's a soft heart under Scott's muscled exterior. Bonding over family fitness and cheesy pickup lines, she just might have found her person. But when a photo of them goes viral, savage internet trolls put their relationship to the test. Are they strong enough to get through it? Very, very good, very sweet, very real again, just super good one. Amy Lee is the author, just great. That one took me, let's see, it's under my other book. Let's have a look. This will be towards the top. So Set on You, started reading on the 11th of the 7th and finished on the 19th of the 7th. So that tells you how much, oh, wrong one. This tells you how much I loved this book. Very, very good. And then the next one in the series is X's and O's. So Tara Chen, Crystal's sister, is this one. Tara Chen has had her heart broken 10 times by 10 different men. Nevertheless, she is still determined to find her perfect match. The only problem, Tara is a romance novel obsessive and her standards are sky high. Modern dating apps have killed the meet cute, so Tara decides to revisit her exes in the hope of finding her very own trope-worthy second chance romance. Every heroine needs a sidekick, so she enlists her new flatmate, firefighter Trevor. So Trevor knows Scott as well. So Scott and Trevor are friends, and Tara and Crystal are sisters. So that's how they link. Trevor Metcalf is the first to rush into a burning building, but the last to rush into a relationship. Love just isn't his thing. But the more time they spend together, the more Trevor appreciates Tara's authentic, dramatic self. Can they break the habits of a lifetime and give their spark a chance? This is fab, because the journey that she goes on to find her 10 exes, she goes back to all of them and goes on dates with them and sees how things work out with them. And the journey of it, how they get together, like, it's so good, so good. So definitely pick this one up and read it for sure. All of these books I bought, I think all of them came from the Works. If you've not been book shopping in the Works, I don't know where you've been, go there, honestly, because quite a lot of time as well, if they're trying to make room for new stock and new books, they will sell books. Like, I've seen Colleen Hoover books in there for like £3, which is amazing and completely unheard of. This one I started reading on the 11th of the 8th and finished on the 22nd of the 8th. Most of these books I have given 4 stars. The 5 stars I gave to the 2 King of Sin books, but then again, King of Pride is my favourite out of the 2. And then Twisted Hate, Twisted Games, Twisted Love, some of them I've given 5 stars. I'd give those all 4 stars going back, and Twisted Lies gets 5 stars. Those are the books I recommend. I'm currently reading Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Now, this, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to give it a chance. I'm 15% of the way through. Just have a drink. Got a cup of tea here, guys, and I forgot about it. It's like lukewarm now. I don't like lukewarm tea, so. Anyway, Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I'm 15% of the way through. As you can see, I'm not that far through. If you like Gilmore Girls, you will love this. This is very much, Dream Harbour is very much like Stars Hollow. Very much so. There's town meetings, there's like Christmas markets, I think, not Christmas, autumnal markets and stuff like that. And this one is, so, I've forgotten the names again. Jeannie, her aunt, leaves her cafe, the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, while she goes on a extended vacation or something, I believe. Logan is the local farmer who's very grumpy, completely antisocial, just not a social person at all. But he meets Jeannie and there's something about her that that intrigues him, like he's intrigued by her so far. And I mean, my only con with this book is I don't like the writing in it, because I don't know what person it's in, but it's written like a narrator's telling the story. Like, I don't like that. Like I told you, I like books because all the books that I've just showed you, apart from this one, they all have like character, like male character chapter, female character chapter, so you can like read it from their point of view, which I much prefer to reading this. But this book has a very cozy vibes, very Gilmore Girls vibes. I freaking love Gilmore Girls so much, so definitely going to keep reading it, but bear in mind that it's like a narrator telling the story, and it flips between the characters talking their thoughts and then the narrator, so it's like a bit those are some book recommendations, and I have rambled on about them for long enough. If you guys have any book recommendations, or if you've read any of these books and then you've read something similar that you know that I don't have yet, then please do let me know down below.